let me start with Lil BUB, as I mentioned before, and Mike Bridavisky, who is Lil BUB's guardian. Lil BUB is really an internet sensation, and as I said, she was born with a lot of birth defects. But Mike, talk to us about why you made this decision to start posting pictures of her.
Well, the decision to post pictures was just because she's an amazing cat. So I have 4 other cats, and I've been posting pictures of them forever, on my Facebook page. So when I got Bub, I did the same, and my friends just kind of, there was a pretty intense response to these photos of Bub as a kitten. And a friend of mine just said, hey, you should start a blog, and I sort of started as a joke, I think. But, I'm also proud of Bub. I think she's great and should be shared. But I didn't ever think it would turn into what it's turned into.
Yeah, why do you think that's happened, Mike? Why do you think so many people have taken to Lil BUB?
Well, initially it's her amazing looks. She's a very unique cat. And it's her demeanor.
Talk to me about her look. Talk to me about her look, Mike.
So she's a dwarf. Well, she has dwarfism, so she's very small. She weighs 4 pounds. But in addition to that, she's polydactyl on every paw, so she has an extra toe on every paw. She has an underdeveloped lower jaw, and her teeth never grew in, which is why her tongue protrudes. And she has these eyes that are filled with magic. So the look is what I think drew people to her, but it's also, she's very inspirational to people, which, she was inspirational to me, but I didn't realize it would translate in her photos. And so all these people send all these messages about how much Bub means to them and how she gets them through their day. And so I was like, well, I can't stop doing this, even though, at first I was unsure if I wanted to keep going with it, But it's been very rewarding on many levels.
How has she inspired you? You said she's been very inspirational to you.
Well, as simple as just coming home every day to this. But it's like the whole. It's hard to explain because we're in the middle of it. But this whole thing has been a very positive experience. From the charitable things that we do, from the joy she brings to people every day, to the work I'm doing, which I'm doing a lot of photography and writing, and working with my friends on all these cool projects, and just overall, it's been great.
We have a question from @Joe_N_Price, who writes, Lil BUB is the cutest. I second that. What are the challenges of owning a special needs cat?
Well, the challenge of a special needs cat is that each special needs cat has its own special needs, so you really have to figure that out. And with Bub, it was extremely challenging because new things still pop up all the time. And my vet said she's the weirdest cat he's ever seen when I got her as a kitten. And, it was like, with all these things that are so weird with her, who knows what might happen. And it turned out she had a rare bone condition that we've only now, after 2 years, have really figured out how to treat that. And in addition to that, she had a urinary tract infection. She can't really walk around very well, so I had to learn how to pee her. So I have to pee her every day. I have to carry her around. I have to interpret her sounds, which she's a very bright cat, and she'll let me know. Time to eat, time to poop, time to pee, time to get on the bed, time to get off the bed, which, she's adapted to her own, shortcomings, even though, I think they're blessings. And then I have also had to do that and continually have to figure out what it takes to make Bub happy.
Do you get the sense that she enjoys the attention?
She does, a lot of people get worried about traveling and like, oh, why would you put Bub through that? But I would never, ever do anything to Bub that would make her unhappy. And it turns out that traveling is very good for her, but she loves to travel. So our first trip, which was 1.5 years ago, I was very skeptical and worried, but she sits on my lap in the plane, in the cab, in the subway. She doesn't get spooked. She only gets spooked by other cats, really. She even likes dogs to a certain degree. But cats, she can't meet other cats.
Well, okay. There's a question from YouTube. I've asked Girl 2. Who are some of Lil BUB's upcoming guests on her show, her YouTube show?
Oh, well, we're very excited. So I just watched the first edit of Thursday's show, which is Bub falls in love with Sue, Sue is the Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton from the Field Museum in Chicago. So Sue, the Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton, is Bub's next guest.
Big guest.
Also, yeah, very big guest. And then we're going to have Andrew W.K. We're talking with Fred Armison, and, well, there's a bunch of others. I don't want to spoil the surprise.
That's fantastic. And finally from YouTube, Flanagan writes, is Bub dressing up for Halloween? If so, what is she wearing?
Well, Bub has a very strict rule of being naked at all times. So, but we might...
so she's an exhibitionist.
Yeah, well, she's a nudist, yeah. But she might go as Princess Monster Truck, which is another celebrity cat who also does a lot of work for charity and is beautiful and unique as well. If you don't know her, you should check her out. And then she might go... Sorry.
That's okay, Mike. One last question before I move on to Professor Burns. So many people think that they have the cutest animal, the smartest animal, that their animal could give Lil Bub a run for the money and be a major internet star as well. What advice would you give to somebody who's looking to put their animal in the spotlight?
Well, I would agree with everyone that their pet is the smartest and cutest. That's how every pet owner should feel. But I really don't recommend trying to make your pet famous. Not every pet can handle it. Certainly not cats. I have 4 other cats. They would never leave the house. Sometimes it happens. It just happened with Bub, and she happens to be cool with it and happens to travel. But, if it's not meant to be, it's not going to happen. Just, share your photos. If people like it, they like it. If not, at least you still love your pet. That's what I would say.
And that's the best advice. Mike, thank you.